Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. We are Big Joe and Laura, and yeah, we made it. It's Friday, March 22nd, 2024, and Mother Nature said, hey, how you doing?
You said it was the first day of spring this week. Wrong!
How was your drive-in from Alger Heights this morning to downtown, Laura?
I'm going to be honest. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good. Like, they hadn't cleared any of the streets down in my area of town. I come up Division because I like to avoid 131, especially when the weather's like this because people act like idiots. And that ramp from Burton onto 131 is a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that ramp, so I try to avoid it. But Division wasn't really touched. Downtown is looking pretty good. They've done a really great job of starting there. I know that they're going to start there and kind of web out, but we'll get you up to date with traffic coming up in a little bit. There are more accidents this time of the morning than I have seen in a long time. So if you are headed out this morning, it is doable. It is slick. It is gross. So just take your time, give lots of space, and watch out for the yahoos who aren't listening to our advice because it's going to be an interesting morning commute as it goes on.
Yeah, I was doing fine. Like, I could almost, just easily scrape off the little fluffy stuff on my car. But when I actually was walking in from the parking garage to work, I almost fell because it was very thin, but it was snowy, icy, just really wet.
It's that wet, slippery, gross
I know nobody
kind of
likes
snow.
this, but it was kind of moist,
It was moist snow. So
there
sorry,
was
it's
water
moist out.
in the snow.
Yeah. But
high moisture concentration.
Yeah, so getting it off your car, if you haven't already, isn't going to be the problem. It's just the stopping and going part that, I slid a little bit over on Ionia right over there by Studio Park in a place that I've never slid before. So, and I wasn't even going fast. So just, like I said, be careful. We'll give you traffic updates as we go throughout the morning, and we'll keep the music going to keep you a little less stressed out about it.
Yeah, and if you have something that you've got going on, you see it out there, let us know, 616-600-0957. You can also DM us in the Mix 95.7 app. Just make sure you're careful and safe out there.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
I guess the positive about the weather situation outside is that it's Friday. Yeah. A winter weather advisory has been issued for pretty much anybody that can hear our voice, our listening area. And this is going throughout midnight tonight. You could expect snow throughout the day. It could get heavier at times, but in the Grand Rapids and kind of along the I-96 corridor, you're talking 4 to 7 inches. That's what we're expecting. But as you head farther south, I'm sorry, towards the state line, it's going to be less and less. It was so deceiving this morning because I came out my car, fluffy, powdery snow. I could almost blow it off
Oh, yeah, it was super easy to clear my car.
But then when I got to downtown, I almost fell on my butt because it was like the snow was kind of wet, like it was mixed with some rain.
And it's compacting and it's kind of getting slick. It's like the worst kind of snow for that reason.
If you are out on the roads today, expect that. But also, man, give it time because I feel like there's going to be a lot of fender benders today.
Absolutely. And shout out to the road crews who are already out there working hard, clearing the roads. Give them the space they need to get it done. All right, so it's a new season and Michigan State is looking like a new team. The Spartans beat Mississippi State yesterday afternoon in the first game of March Madness, 69-51.
Nice.
I'm happy for you guys because now the Spartans are going to advance to play North Carolina, which is going to be an incredibly tough game because they are a number 1 seed and they just wiped the floor with Wagner last night.
You never bet against Tom Izzo. I got a feeling they're going to advance and bust some more brackets.
That's what I used to say about Coach Calipari down at the University of Kentucky because that's where I'm from. Literally grew up an earshot away from Rupp Arena.
Didn't they play last night?
I need you to be nice to me. I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, my team, the Kentucky Wildcats, embarrassed themselves last night in the first upset game of the tournament against Oakland. Apparently, they were trash talking, and it got really ugly. People that were at the game said that the Oakland players were like, "Y'all have never played Killas before," and things like that. So you know what?
Well, they are Grizzlies. I mean, you don't mess with grizzly bears.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with a grizzly bear, and apparently Wildcats aren't that strong anymore. So be nice to me today. I need it.
And your final need to know news story, we go to the other side of Michigan, where a teacher says that she was fired because of her rap career.
What?
Yeah, Dominique Brown, whose rap name is Drippin' Honey. Love that name. Drippin' Honey on the track. This is her talking about what happened.
Nobody even knew I was a rapper until the parent kept continuously complaining. Motown baby going crazy like the 80s. The first meeting that I had with the principal and the dean, they had told me that the parent wished to stay anonymous and she felt as if she didn't like my rap career and that I was a bad influence on the kids because I rap. My mind and my heart was telling me two things. I couldn't see myself giving up my other passion just because somebody didn't like it. They said erase all your content. That was the ultimatum, erase all your content. I'm just respectfully, I can't do that.
See, I'm torn because let's say there was a teacher and they were at a heavy metal band band or a rock band and they had some really disturbing lyrics or something, would you make that teacher quit too? Or is it just because it's rap?
No, it's stupid. What they do in their free time, if they aren't hurting anybody, is fine. It's rap. It's lyrics. It's fine. And you know what? She was encouraging the kids and actually being there as a part of their lives and really kind of giving them something to look up to in a mostly positive way, even if you don't like the language of her music. I think this is so wrong, and shame on that anonymous parent who would even come forward and face what they wanted to start and potentially ruin this woman's career.
That's your Need to Know news on Mix 95.7.
What's that smell? Is that the smell of snow? Probably not. But we're Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids' best mix. And recently, someone dug through the data to find out what Michigan's favorite smell is. And I was really intrigued by this because I couldn't believe what our number one smell is, which I know is one of your favorites, Joe. And we'll get to it. We would love to know what your favorite smell is at 616-600-0957, especially if it's something weird or unique, because I always love to hear what people's favorite things are if you're a little off the beaten path. But the full list of 10 is waiting for you inside the Mix 95.7. I'll only give you the top 3.
Okay.
Michigan's number 3 favorite smell. Take a guess. What do you think it could be?
Oh, boy.
It's a spice. I'll tell you that.
Oh, spice? Ranch?
Ranch is a spice. No, ranch is not a spice.
It's not a spice?
It has dill in it, which is a spice, but no, ranch is not a spice.
Then I don't know.
Cinnamon.
Ooh, that is a good smell.
Yeah, and cinnamon, vanilla, and lavender are actually the most popular flavor or scents for perfumes in the country. So it's not surprising. Number 2, something you're probably enjoying this morning, especially if you're sliding all over the roads, coffee.
Yeah, coffee. I think it's the smell. It's just the memory associated with it, the feeling.
Oh yeah,
that's one of my top ones.
Absolutely, it's that life-warming scent that you need in the morning to get going. The number 1 scent, however, according to a new survey, they dug through Google data to find this out. Michigan loves smelling gasoline. That is our number 1 favorite scent, and I know we're the home of Motor City. I know that there's reasons maybe we like gasoline, but it feels like such a strange choice to be our number 1 pick for a smell.
Well, here's the thing, Laura. It's not a good smell. Obviously, you should not be smelling or huffing gasoline. It's really, really bad for you. But it is an amazing smell. I think it's definitely that is dead on. You don't like the smell of gas?
No, because
you're weird.
No, I'm not. It's supposed to be one of those smells, kind of like natural gas or other things. When you smell it, something's wrong. You're not supposed to smell gas. It doesn't smell good on purpose. And, maybe not on purpose, but it doesn't smell good. And your body's like, hey, I don't want that on me. Don't ingest that, whatever. So it's like, it's weird to me to hear people say, oh, I love the smell of gasoline. What, do you like the smell of farts? Like, that's also a bad smell you're not supposed to enjoy.
But see, here's the thing. You're a novice to this. I guess your nose doesn't work right. There's a difference in the types of gases, like a fart or, a natural gas kind of a smell. That is more sulfury.
Okay.
And that's the stank. Trust me, I'm the king of sulfur, all right?
Okay.
But when it comes to actual, just gasoline, it's obviously something you should not huff, you should not ingest. But the smell, I don't know what it is. It's like, I feel like that Pepe Le Pew cartoon. It's just wafting through the air. I'm like, I love the smell of gasoline. 616-600-0957. Where are my fellow gasoline lovers at this morning?
Yeah, no kidding. Listen, I'm more of a fan of the smell of rain after, you know how it smells after it rains? It doesn't really do it here in Michigan as much as it does back where I'm from. But like you can smell the flowers opening up. It's nice and fresh, and like it's better than any of the laundry detergents or anything like that. I feel like that's an appropriate favorite smell, not, hey, this thing that might get you high or kill you if you huff too much of it. That's a great scent. Like,
Laura,
shouldn't your body be telling you not to huff the gasoline?
No, your body wants what it wants and likes what it likes. And that's how it is. Like, for example, another thing I've always loved, and they're kind of similar, I've always loved the smell of a skunk. I don't like a skunk, spraying my dog Benny in the face. That's not cool. It happened last year, but
yeah.
I smelled the other day. I'm like, skunks are mating. I can smell love in the air. And I thought it was a great smell. And I also like the smell of weed. Like I was
going to say, are you sure you're not confusing the skunk and the weed for each other? Because
No.
they are very similar. I know you can tell the difference. But
even as a kid, I'm like, what's that smell? I think it was my mom. I'm like, what's that? And I'm like, I like the smell. I know it may not be for everybody. Like my wife, Lindsay, cannot stand it. She hates skunks. She doesn't want to be around people that smoke weed. Like, doesn't like it at all.
See, I don't mind the smell of weed, but I get it. What is your favorite scent? We would love to hear from you at 600-0957. We're talking about favorite smells and things you shouldn't be smelling that are your favorite
Don't
smells.
be judging the smells I like, Laura.
We're Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7. A new study found that Michigan's favorite smell is gasoline. And I know we're the home of Motor City, but you're not supposed to smell gasoline. Why is that our favorite scent?
I don't even think it's because, like, we're in Michigan. I bet you could go to California. There's people like, man, I love me some gasoline.
I don't know. I feel like we're huffing more gasoline than anyone else. But we want to know what your favorite smell is at 616-600-0957. Joe, you said you have another one?
This is something I don't know if I should say it or not. Oh, fine. You know, it is what it is. I'm surprised you never caught me doing it at work. It's from like an SNL skit, but I found myself doing it.
No, I know where you're going already. One of these?
I just sometimes like to smell my armpits. Like I will put my fingers and I'll go like this and just like,
No.
I can do it. It's just your natural body smell. It's good.
No, it's
good.
not. It's
if
not.
you put your hand real quick, just like into my arm.
No,
well, not yours,
into
mine.
yours.
No,
Mine?
I don't care about yours. Ew, gross. I'm talking about
I
mine.
don't know. Your smell is way worse than mine. You're supposed to like your own scent because it's
I
supposed to not be deterrent
love
to
my
you.
scent, and I'll just like.
But I guarantee you no one else does. Just like I'm like, I don't even like my smell. I don't sweat a lot, but I have like 50 layers of deodorants and things because I'm like, I don't want to smell bad.
I'm just willing to try things and admit it, and I don't care if people think it's weird.
That's okay. We want to know what your favorite smell is at 616-600-0957. Sam in Holland, you said you have two weird favorite smells. What are they?
One of them is when I'm doing my laundry and I'm doing my whites, smelling hot water bleach is my favorite smell.
I hate the smell of bleach. That's
No,
interesting.
I like the smell of bleach, but only in like small amounts. So I think I'm with you. The hot water where it's a little diluted, that's right around where I like it.
Okay, that's one. The second one, back in the day, back in the 80s, a lot of moms did this. They would perm your kids' hair in the kitchen or wherever.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the smell of perm solution. Even though it's horrendous, it's awful, it's nasty.
So
It reminds me
bad.
of my childhood.
Oh, my mom made me get perms as a kid because she thought it was cute and I looked like a tiny Justin Timberlake. Like, I hated it so much. And I remember the way it burns the inside of your nostrils. It's almost worse than hair bleach. Like, oh, gosh. Sam, you're a special breed for that, for actually enjoying that smell.
It's a horrible scent, but it just reminds me of my mom doing it to me when I was in the kitchen, her applying that stuff because, she can do a perm, and I end up looking like a poodle.
Yep.
Hey, Sam and Holland, thank you so much for sharing.
We appreciate you. Have a great morning. Be safe.
Bye.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
I guess the positive about the weather situation outside is that it's Friday. Yeah. A winter weather advisory has been issued for pretty much anybody that can hear our voice, our listening area. And this is going throughout midnight tonight. You could expect snow throughout the day. It could get heavier at times, but in the Grand Rapids and kind of along the I-96 corridor, you're talking 4 to 7 inches. That's what we're expecting. But as you head farther south, towards the state line, it's going to be less and less. It was so deceiving this morning because I came out my car, fluffy, powdery snow. I can almost like blow it off like.
Oh, yeah. Super easy to clear my car.
But then when I got to downtown, I almost fell on my butt because it was like the snow was kind of wet, like it was mixed with some rain.
And it's compacting and it's kind of getting slick. It's like the worst kind of snow for that reason.
If you are out on the roads today, expect that. But also, man, give it time because I feel like there's going to be a lot of fender benders today.
Absolutely. And shout out to the road crews who are already out there working hard, clearing the roads. Give them the space they need to get it done. All right. So it's a new season and Michigan State is looking like a new team. The Spartans beat Mississippi State yesterday afternoon in the first game of March Madness, 69-51.
Nice.
I'm happy for you guys because now the Spartans are going to advance to play North Carolina, which is going to be an incredibly tough game because they are a number 1 seed and they just wiped the floor with Wagner last night.
You never bet against Tom Izzo. I got a feeling they're going to advance and bust some more brackets.
That's what I used to say about Coach Calipari down at the University of Kentucky because that's where I'm from. Literally grew up an earshot away from Rupp Arena.
Didn't they play last night?
I need you to be nice to me. I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, my team, the Kentucky Wildcats, embarrassed themselves last night in the first upset game of the tournament against Oakland. Apparently, they were like trash talking, and it got really ugly. Like, people that were at the game said that like the Oakland players were like, y'all have never played Killas before and things like that. So, you know what?
Well, they are Grizzlies. I mean, you don't mess with grizzly bears.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with a grizzly bear. And apparently Wildcats aren't that strong anymore. So be nice to me today. I need it.
Well, I know you like Beetlejuice, so maybe this is some good news for you, Laura. Your final need-to-know news story, the teaser is out for Beetlejuice, the sequel, and Jenna Ortega takes the cover off the table of the attic, exposing the model town, and you know who's there.
Oh.
The juice is loose.
Let me tell you how excited I am about this movie. I don't really care for Jenna Ortega at all, but I think she's going to probably do a decent job. And I love that it's called Beetlejuice, because that means if they make a third one.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
But then he'll come help us with the show. Beetlejuice.
Okay, the show's still not that good. Beetlejuice will hit theaters September 6th. That's your need-to-know news on Mix 95.7.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. Laura leaves the room, and we all enjoy the silence for a little bit, and you'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
Representing Ionia, let's say hi to Miranda.
Good morning, Miranda. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
We've got it up to $35 to wrap up this week worth of Michigan lottery tickets. Let's see if you take them away from me or if that pot's going to grow.
Miranda, go ahead and kick Laura out of the studio so we can play.
Laura?
Oh, she just said my name. I feel like the teacher's mad at me. Okay, I'm leaving.
All right, there she goes. And here comes question number 1. What is the capital city of Japan?
Tokyo.
Question 2, what bird is known for its beautiful tail?
A peacock.
Question 3, what ancient civilization built the pyramids?
Egyptian.
Question 4, what planet is known as the Red Planet?
Mars.
Question 5, what group performed the songs It's Time and Radioactive?
Imagine Dragons.
I'm going to bring Laura in.
Laura! La 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 Laura!
All right, fine. Let's do it.
All right, sit down and buckle up. You're going to need to do well on this. If you would like to tie Miranda and Ionia, you got to get 5 right.
Oh, no. So I can't even win today. It's only a tie. Okay, let's see how it goes.
Question 1, what is the capital city of Japan?
That would be Tokyo, the place I was supposed to go for my honeymoon and didn't get to.
That is correct. Question 2, which bird is known for its beautiful tail?
The peacock?
That is correct.
I mean, that's not very nice to the other birds. Some of them have nice tails.
Oh, no. Peacocks have the nicest tail. I'll tell you right now.
That's what he said.
Question number 3. What ancient civilization built the pyramids?
That would be the Egyptians.
That's correct. 3-3. Going to question 4. What planet is known as the Red Planet?
Mars.
That is correct. 4-4. Going into the last question. What group performed the song It's Time and Radioactive?
Imagine Dragons. If you just said It's Time, I would have not gotten that right.
Thunder. Feel the thunder. Yes, that is correct. You and Miranda and Ionia have tied, which means the jackpot is now increased to $40 for Monday. Miranda, you want to come back and try to win that?
Sure.
There's a lot that I have to admit I don't know, and I can't blame all that on my parents. Hey, it's Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. But I feel like there are a few things that I wish my parents would have taught me, and maybe you're the same. You're like, man, I wish my mom or my dad or whoever raised you would have taught me this life skill. We would like to know what it is. Call in, share it with us, 616-600-0957. Laura, do you have anything, I'll share mine in a second, but that you wish that somebody would have taught you growing up that you're kind of lacking as an adult?
I mean, I'm going to say I had a single dad for a long time. I have a stepmom now, but I had a single dad, and he did a pretty good job on some of the big things. Like, I could do car stuff. I've changed things in my cars. I could change my own tire. I could do stuff like that. I've done a fuel filter, all that stuff. But The one thing that my dad and my grandparents were really good at that I am absolutely abysmally bad at is budgeting and money management. Like, I have no retirement plan. I don't know how to save. I'm really bad with credit cards. And, like, I know the basics, like the obvious duh things, but I know that there's got to be pieces of things that I'm missing or tips or skills that I mean, my dad was an accountant. Like, I should be good at, I mean, basically, yeah, he was like the accountant for a car dealership. Like, that's what he did. Like, when you buy a car, he's the one that ran all the numbers and did all that stuff in the background. So I should be good with money and numbers. My grandfather was the entire math department at a college in Kentucky. Like, they're really good with numbers, but for some reason, you put a spreadsheet in front of me and my brain just goes blank.
See, my parents actually helped me out a lot as far as finances and things because they were so bad at them. Like,
so you had to just do it for them.
I just knew at a young age, like by the time I was in middle school, I'm like, man, I'm going to have to take care of myself in life or we're going to have a problem. So that's what I did. Now,
sure.
The one thing though, like my dad, I live with my mom, but I'd see my dad every now and on the weekends, and he taught me like how to fish and cool stuff like that. I'm thankful for, but I know nothing about, I guess, this basic home repair. I don't want to say just man stuff because women do it too. Just how to fix things, how to hang a picture, how to do this or that. Even just how to, I guess, drywall. Like I screw stuff up, like trying to mount a TV. It shouldn't be that hard to, find a stud. It's like, what is it, every 16 or 24 inches? See, I don't even know.
No clue.
Don't listen to me, kids. This is not good instructions. But just basic things of how to home fixes, home repairs, It's things that aren't too hard, but I got to hire an expert to do it.
Now, are you one of those people that when you hang a picture, like it's a little crooked by default?
I'm the person that it's crooked by default, and then eventually a couple of days later it falls off.
No, I'm one of those people too, and it drives my husband insane because he's really good at hanging stuff. Like our office has this huge wall of posters that are all perfectly spaced and all lined, and he's like, "You're not allowed to touch any of this because you just made." Because I just go, "Oh, this is a good smart."
Boom, 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 boom.
And then I'm done. And it's like, that's good enough for me, but it makes him insane.
What about you? What is something that you wish your parents would have taught you? 616-600-0957. Or maybe you're a parent and you're like, wish I would have taught my kid this.
No kidding. We're Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7.